Hi everyone, my name is Mercy and you're welcome back to another interesting tutorial. So we're going to be working with this fabric for today, and what we're going to be learning how to make is a bustier top, okay, with a strap. So this bustier top is not going to have a sleeve, instead it's going to have a strap or a spaghetti sleeve as some call it. Okay, so the first thing you see me do is to draft on my pattern, and that includes drafting my lines, like drawing my lines for a start. So the lines we're going to working with is we need our shoulder line, which is going to be the starting point of the pattern here. Okay, so this will serve as my shoulder line and I'll label it as shoulder. The second line is chest, the third line bust point, the fourth line UB, that is on the bust. Then the third line is going to be the waist, that is a half length. Then the remaining part of the pattern is going to be the length. Okay, so you're just going to measure from your shoulder to your chest line, from your shoulder to your bust point, from your shoulder to your under bust, from your shoulder to your waist, and from your shoulder to your full length, of course. So these are the lines I'm going to be working with to create this space. So the first thing I'm going to do, if you know me very well, you know that I like to draft my basic bodies. Even if I'm making a sleeveless top, a sleeveless outfit, or an off shoulder, it helps a lot. It makes the work very easy and simple. So the first thing I did was to divide my shoulder measurement by 2. So when you divide the shoulder measurement by 2, whatever you get, that's what I'm going to mark. Okay, then you're going to slope your shoulder by 1 inch. Then the neck width I'm working with is 3 inches, which is a standard neckline, 3 by 3. Okay, then I proceeded to slope my shoulder. The next thing is to divide what I have remaining on the armhole line and get the midpoint, and also come in 0.5 inches, then mark, after which I will mark my bust circumference divided by 4, and I'll connect the bust point line. Okay, the bust circumference divided by 4 line, this middle of the armhole and the shoulder slope to form the front armhole curve. Now I'm going to mark in my dart, and to do that I'm going to first of all determine where I want the neckline to be. Remember, this is a sleeveless top, it's going to have a strap, so I like marking like about 4.5 inches from my bust point line upwards. Okay, so you can make it 5 inches, especially if you don't want any cleavage revealing at all. So for me, I'm using 4.5 inches here, and that is about 2 inches below the chest line, and that is what I went on to mark. Okay, 2 inches or 1.5 inches below the above the chest line. Do you get? So that is what I went on to mark. So basically we have about 5.5 inches from the shoulder, away from the shoulder line. Now I divided my nipple to nipple by 2, and that is what I'm marking, because that is the that calculation, nipple to nipple divided by 2. That's exactly what I'm marking. So for me is 4, and that is why I'm marking the 4 all the way from the down to the chest line. Okay, and I proceeded to use my ruler to connect after marking. Okay, so I'm going to connect into a straight line like this, and the next thing I'm going to do is to start my under bust contouring. So for me here I'm using 1.75, then here I'm using 0.75. So I'll mark again 1.75, 0.75, 1.75, 0.75. Okay, then I am going to connect those lines. So recall that this contouring is starting from the under bust line. Okay, that is where you start your contouring. You mark on from the under bust line to the waistline, then to the where you label as length. Okay, so that is what you see me doing here. Okay, so remember this, on the center front I'm using 0.75, then on the side front I'm using 1.75. Take note of that. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is on the bust point line I'll go up 0.75 and come down 0.75. This is because we are not going to connect exactly on the bust point line, because if we do, it will become pointed. Okay, after sewing on the nipple area to become pointed, which would not give it a very good or a professional look. So I came down 0.75 from the exact bust point line, as you can see, and connected to the under bust line. Then I will still connect from there also to this part as well, just the way you see me doing here. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to be working with shoulder that, like that is, I want it to have overbust that's around the shoulder. So what I'm going to do is to divide what I have from the space between the shoulder line and the neckline. I divided into two. I'm going to connect the center point to the bust points. Okay, I'm connecting the center point to bust point. If you're a beginner, pay attention, you will perfectly understand this and you won't find it difficult drafting or making one for yourself. So you see, I connected it on the bust point line. Okay, then what I have here is 0.5 inches. Then I'm marking 0.75. The bust is fuller on the side, that is why the side always has have higher inches. Okay, so you see on this side where I'm connecting now, I use 0.75. Then on the center front, which is this line you're seeing here, I use 0.5 inches. So I'm going to mark that same 0.75 on this side and mark 0.5 inches on this side as well, and I'm going to connect straight upwards. Okay, so if you're using a bustier, like if you're using a yoke, you're going to measure what you have here, this space here. Okay, this space here is going to measure what you have here, which is about 1.25. Then you replace it here if you're going to making your yoke and connect back to the armhole line. Okay, but I'm not working with the yoke here, so there is no need, okay, to replace anything because I'm just going to cut out that part. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to come down here about 1 inch. Okay, I measure down here about 1 inch, and I am going to connect this 1 inch like this. Okay, to one dart line. Okay, one dart leg, I will connect it like this. Okay, that's just the shape I want to have on the front part. Okay, on the center front neckline, a kind of sweetheart shape. So that is what you see me do here. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to mark about 1.5 inches here, and I'm going to connect it to the remaining part of the armhole. Okay, I'll just connect it like this, just the way you see, yes, like this. So that is how I went on to connect it. Now at this point, I'm going to mark in my bodies, my circumferences. So my bust circumference divided by 4, I'll mark it here. My under bust circumference divided by 4, I will mark it here as well. Then I'll measure what I have on this dart intake and I'll replace it. Then I'll go over to my waist circumference divided by 4, I'll mark it, then still measure the dart intake and I'm going to replace it. Now here I'll mark my hip circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake and I'll replace it as well. Okay, so now here I will connect from here now to the down part. Okay, so let me make sure of where I mark the line of this waistline and hip line, I mean, and I proceeded to connect. Okay, so I was done with this now, and the next thing I'm going to do is here I noticed that I need to replace this dart here. Okay, so this dart here is 0.5 inches and I'm replacing it here 0.5 inches, and I'll connect. Okay, about 0.75 actually. So I proceeded to replace it. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my side dart. Now side dart is the difference between your half length for the front and half length for the back. Now for me, my front is longer by 1 inch. Okay, so that means my back waist is shorter by 1 inch from my front waist, and that is why I mark 1 inch here. So all these parts going out, this part going out, this part going out. So these are the dart lines we have. Okay, the overbust dart, the underbust dart, and the side dart. So now I like to measure from the neckline to the nipple point. Okay, to the nipple point of the bust point line, and I like to measure both so that by the time I'm done joining, they will be equal. So after measuring, I found out that this part is having shortage, 0.25 shortage, and I replace it. Okay, just a quarter of an inch different. That is why I marked to replace it and do my reconnection on the sweetheart neckline. Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. So measuring this, the side and the center, has helped me, okay, not to struggle with making them equal when I'm joining. So it is very important, it is very important. Okay, so now let me measure it again. You see they are now equal. Okay, they are now equal, you see. So that is it. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I will come down on this down part here to eliminate any pointedness here. So I went up 0.75 and I'll connect to this dart leg here, just the way you see me doing here. I connected to the dart leg here and I'm going to be removing this part, so it makes the blouse to relax very well and avoid any pointedness on the side, on the edge of the side. So now I am going to cut out. Now the first I'm going to do is to cut through the dart leg here, so that I can be able to close my side darts, because the side darts we won't be cutting it out, we're going to be closing it. We're not sewing it on the outfit, we are closing it on the pattern. So just this way you fold it and overlap it to the other line. That's just exactly, and you reconnect this line, because you notice that the lines will have like a kind of shortage, like they won't be equal, so you just reconnect it. Then this upper part, since we are not going to be making use of yoke, I'm just going to remove it. Okay, I will remove the upper part, the overbust that, because we are not making use of yoke. Now if it's in the case you are making use of the yoke, what you are going to do is you're just going to fold it. Okay, you are going to fold it. I'm going to explain to you. You cut through just the way you see me do. Just make sure that you don't cut it completely out. Then you fold it closed like this. You fold it closed like this. You see how it's looking. You do the same thing on the upper parts, so that you cut out your yoke. But since I'm not working with yoke, I'm just going to remove all the darts. I hope you understand. So now I measured to take note of what I removed, so that when I'm replacing my strap, when I'm fixing my strap, I use exactly what I have here. I'll just add allowance to it. Do you understand? So I'm saying this because this is a cutting tutorial. The sewing tutorial is not here. Okay, this is just a drafting and cutting tutorial. So I'm mentioning this case when you be sewing it, so that you don't have difficulty sewing it, especially if you don't know how to sew this. But I know some of us here already know how to sew it, so that is it. So I proceeded to cut out, and after cutting out, I am going to cut out the back parts. Okay, so for the new ones among us, my name is Mercy and this is Mercy Posh Teaches. Here I drop sewing tutorials. I teach how to draft on pattern, how to cut, and sometimes how to stitch. Yes, I also show how to sew it from beginning to the end. Okay, so if you are new, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. And if you're yet to subscribe, don't waste time anymore, go ahead and hit on the subscribe button. So here I'm cutting the back part, and I measured from my shoulder to my waist. Now remember, the waist half length, the half length for the back is 1 inch longer. So what you measure from the waist half length of the front. Whatever you have there, that is what you are going to mark. For me is 7.5 inches. That is what I have from the waist of front, and that is what I did on the back. Then I set aside 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance, and these are the lines you see. We have the shoulder line, the chest line, the bust point line, and the waistline. So for the back parts, no under bust line, that's just the difference. Then I, just as I did for the front, I went on to divide my shoulder by 2, mark it, slope my shoulder by 1 inch, mark my neck with 3 inches, and connected my shoulder slope. Then the next thing I'm going to do, divide what I have into 2, mark the center front, the center, and mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Please pardon me, I don't know, we are not perfect actually. So I proceeded to connect the midpoint of the armhole and the bust circumference divided by 4 line. Now it's time to mark my dart. So from the zipper allowance line, I mark 4 inches, which is my nipple to nipple divided by 2, and I mark it all the way to the chest line, then came down 5 inches from my waistline and mark there as well. So I'm going to connect into a straight line. Okay, so you notice I came down 5 inches below the waistline for the back, and that's where my dart ends. And I proceeded to connect it half inch. Okay, I mark half inch on both line and connected downwards and upwards, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to go up. Remember that same measurement, that same 4.5 inches, I went up from my bust point line. In the case of the front, that's the same thing I'm doing here. 4.5 inches from the bust point line, that is basically about 2 inches above the chest line. 2 inches above the chest line, and I went on to mark because it's going to be looking like an off shoulder. Do you understand? It is just the strap that is going to make it have shoulder, make it look like it has shoulder. Then I came down here just 0.5 inches and connected. This is totally optional. If you like, you can leave the back straight. Then the next I'm going to do is to mark my nipple and up here. That is my nipple to nipple divided by 2. Then I'll mark that same about for the front. I use 1.5 inches for this back, 1.5 inches for the front, but here I use 2 inches because this is the back is wider than the front. Then I mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on the bust point line, waist circumference divided by 4 on the waistline, and replace my dart. Hip circumference divided by 4 here, and I am going to connect. So this is what I have. Then I am going to go up 0.75 here, just as I did for the front, and connect just this way towards the dart leg line. And here is what I have. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to be working on the zipper allowance area. Okay, now before I do that, I'm going to bring the side front, place it here to make sure that I have the same thing so that I don't have any difficulty when I'm joining. Can you see it? I used 2 inches and it still rhymes because the back is wider. Can you see it? It rhymes perfectly. I just used it to connected it and it's rhymed to that 2 inches that I marked. Can you see it? So this is what you need to do. This will help you to have the same thing on the armhole of the front and back. Now on the waistline of the zipper allowance, I came in 0.75 connected upwards like this towards the chest line, and did the same thing downward like this to eliminate any zipper bulge. Okay, and this is what I have for the back part. And at this point I am going to cut out. Okay, so after cutting out, I am going to transfer all the patterns to the fabric I'm working with, and I'm going to add up all my allowances. All the allowances I didn't add there, I'll add up and I'll show you what we have. Okay, so I went on to cut them out, all of them on my main fabric, and this is what I have. And I added my allowance and allowance also on the length, joining allowance and all of that. I did the same thing on the back part. As you can see, added allowance on this upper part so as to turn and also join with the strap. Okay, so when you are joining the strap, join it on your dart leg or the chest line. Okay, the dart line on the chest line, that's where you will join it. Okay, so I'm just explaining this so that in case you have time doing that, and I believe you know how to join the other parts. So these are where I added my allowances, and this is what we have. So I'll go on and cut out my lining and I'll stitch it down and show you what I have. So I proceeded to stitch it down, and ta-da! This is what I have. It's looking so cute. I love how it came out so well, and I paired it with this brown, okay, colored pant. Is actually a nude pant, and this is how cute it's looking. So see the back, everything is looking so poshy, so beautiful, and I don't know. Will you be trying this? Let me know on the comment section if you'll be trying this. Okay. I encourage you to try this. Remember, practice makes perfection. Once you practice whatever you learn, to be easier. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.